It was more than 4 years ago in February of 2021 when Disney fired Gina Carano because of what she believed and said. And that's really what it was. There's no question about that. That is why she was fired. Even though many of her coworkers and other people at Disney had been posting crazy left-wing things for years and years and years, Gina Carano got fired because she posted something different, something that wasn't even that bad. But it made her get fired from Lucasfilm, fired by Disney, and then they said mean things about her. They basically tried to ruin her career. And then a few years later, she came back and said, "You know what? I don't think that was fair." And with the help of Elon Musk, paid for a lawsuit against Disney. And all along the way, people at Disney, big Disney fans, all the news media said, this thing will never work. This will never get to court. This is going to get thrown out. It's not going to be anything. Well, all of those people are wrong. And here we are today with the news that Disney has just decided to give up, probably pay out a bunch of money, and make a deal with Gina Carano. Disney Lucasfilm made a deal from Gina Carano over Mandalorian firing. The actress said the entertainment company treated her unfairly for saying certain things about hot topics. And it really depends which website you're on, what kind of headline you'll get. Here you can see from Variety, Gina Carano Disney made a deal over Mandalorian firing. Oh, this might be my favorite one from Deadline. This really is the way Gina Carano beats Disney over Mandalorian firing with deal and job offers. Updated with full statement. We'll get to Gina Carano's statement. We'll get to everything. We'll get to everything. Before a September trial date, Disney and Gina Carano have put down their lightsabers over the former fighter's more than year-long lawsuit about unfair treatment over her 2021 firing from The Mandalorian over political posts. In a joint filing today in federal court, the ex-Star Wars series star and the Bob Iger-run company asked for the Elon Musk-paid legal action to be thrown out, with the company clearly giving up. And here is basically the really short paper saying, hey, they've agreed to something outside of court. It's going to be done there. A judge will have to sign off on the request, but this is basically done and finished in the galaxy far, far away. While no specific details on the deal have been told, like whether she's getting the Carano role back, Disney and Carano are clearly back in business together. A source close to Carano told me she's happy with the way things were handled. And there is specifically a statement from Disney here. The Walt Disney Company and Lucasfilm are pleased to announce that we've reached an agreement with Gina Carano to solve the problems in her pending lawsuit against the companies. Miss Carano was always well respected by her directors, co-stars, and staff, and she worked hard to get better at her job while treating her co-workers with kindness and respect. In case you had any doubt who the winner was here, let the last sentence of Disney and Lucasfilm's statement hit you hard. With the lawsuit finished, we look forward to finding opportunities to work together with Miss Carano in the near future. Boom. It's a very different tone from last year when Disney said, as it had before, the ex-martial arts fighter lost her big Star Wars series job 4 years ago because of her decision to publicly make light of the Holocaust by comparing criticism of political conservatives to the killing of millions of Jewish people. Yeah, it's a little bit different tone that they have now than they had for the last 4 years. As somebody who has gotten to know Gina Carano over the past couple years, I'm happy for her that she got what she wanted out of this. Yeah. As somebody that wants to see Disney lose as much as possible, as someone who still thinks that almost all the people that have any control and power at Disney probably hate people that think the way I do, and probably hate people the way that Gina thinks. I really wish we could have got to see some more out of this. I never felt that Disney would let this get to the point of going to a trial or anything like that. And even when you do have discovery, not everything is going to be public. There's a lot of things that would be considered, like business secrets and stuff like that, that wouldn't be there for public viewing. But man, what I really wanted out of so much of this was to see some of the messages, some of the people that were involved in this thing, some of the way that the word went out on how they treated her, and what went down in the time after that. And maybe even some of the questioning of those people. If any information of that could have potentially been released, it would have been amazing. I don't know if that was realistic that we would get eyes on some of those things. especially full discovery, full money documents. I don't think public would have ever got some of those eyes on it. But the reality is that Disney has treated a lot of people like this most likely. And, Gina Carano, despite the media, despite everybody saying, oh, it's never going to happen, she doesn't have a case. Blah, blah. She took them to court and got Disney to probably pay out a lot of money to not have to show all of those things. And most likely, like I said, with the way that they phrase this about working together in the future and things like that, probably potentially could get her job back. And if that's what she wanted, as somebody who knows her a little bit at this point, I am happy for her. For me, I think Disney Star Wars is trash. I don't want her to go back. You know what I mean. I know that she and so many other people do truly love that character. And when it comes to her character in Mando, unlike a lot of other people in this space, I kept up my reviews for Mandalorian even after the Gina Carano thing happened. You can see all of my reactions to that show, and I thought her character was fine. I thought that the series as a whole, I thought the season 1 was okay, and it had a lot of problems. I think season 2 is trash. I think season 3 is really bad trash. I think pretty much everything done in this Jon Favreau Mandalorian universe at this point with all the connections, it's trash. And I don't think it's going to get any better. So, I don't want to see her go back. But obviously, this is a character that was very, very important to her. One of the funniest things that I do think we're going to get out of this are the reactions from Disney Star Wars fans. The reaction from Disney Star Wars fans about this. First, we'll go to Gina's statement here. I've come to agree with Disney Lucasfilm, which I believe is the best outcome for all parties involved. I hope this brings some healing to the Force. I want to extend my deepest, most heartfelt thanks to Ilan, a man I've never met, who did this good deed for me and paid for my lawsuit. Thank you, Mr. Musk and X, for backing my case and asking for nothing in return. To my lawyers who walked me through this unknown territory, thank you for your wisdom. I'm humbled and grateful to God for His love and grace in this outcome. And I'd like to thank you all for your never-ending support throughout my life and career. You've been the heartbeat that has kept my story alive. I hope to make you proud. I'm excited to flip the page and move on to the next chapter. My desires remain in the arts, which is where I hope you'll join me. Yes, I'm smiling from my heart to yours. Now, ultimately, the very same company who 4 years ago and even last year in court papers was basically saying bad things about her and saying, we have the right to do this. We have the right to do that. Look at what she said. This is awful. This is terrible. What an awful person. They've now completely changed their tune and are putting out things about what an amazing person she is. Most likely, this could lead to her getting hired and for her career to continue on. And I think that's probably what she wanted out of all of this. But there are some people who are not very happy about it. Disney Star Wars fans specifically sad to see Disney bow down to transphobia. Her firing was 100% right, and I hope she never gets another role at Lucasfilm. Hoping they settle just to shut her up, let her fade back into being nobody with her fellow conservative crazy people. Anyway, screw Gina Carano, and you know the right-wing trans haters. You've got this Sawyer person. Never forget that she begged to come back to Star Wars because every other move she tried to make on her own terribly failed. Tallis, shame on Disney. You've got this guy Jacob here. Even when she does somehow return to Star Wars, it's going to be absolutely hilarious when nobody aside from her even remotely cares. Lol. And then he continues to tweet, there's still no way that loser ever actually returns to Star Wars. From the way that statement reads, feels like the sentiment was just to get her to stop complaining. Either way, it's a horrible look and sets an awful precedent. We are going to see a lot more of this. Maybe this is one of the good things if she does get that job back because these people are going to have total meltdowns. They did for a lot of the time before she got fired. They had meltdowns over nothing. Total complete meltdowns from the Disney Star Wars fans out there. So we'll see what happens over the next 24 hours as people realize that despite everyone saying that this thing will never make it to court, it'll get thrown out. Disney was right to do what they did. Well, here they are with a big settlement, probably a lot of money, and potentially her getting her job back. And regardless, whatever you think about it, however far you wanted it to go, this is the end of the Gina Carano against Disney lawsuit. And she took it all the way to the top and basically forced Disney to take back these things and settle with her for a bunch of money and probably getting her job back.